want to talk about something that's been on my mind, and again, when things come to your mind, you really need to focus on them. When the universe brings you in a pathway, it often shows you what's next. What's the next thing you should be doing? And should is the optimum word there. You must be doing. So consistent action is always important every day, taking movement, taking motion, learning from it, moving in the right direction forward always. And sometimes you're meant to watch things from other people's perspective or observe something and see what inspired them so that it inspires you. It could be from a book that you're reading. It could be from a number of things. It definitely could be from your own life. Or it could be something you saw on a TV show, or it could be a phone conversation with a relative or friend. The universe will use a lot of things, and you must be in tune and ready to receive them. In order to be truly well, which is what the series is called, Being Truly Well Minutes, you must be in tune to yourself, to your inner self. I can't tell you what to do for a living, just as you can't tell me what to do for a living. We can only tap into what is encoded in us, in our embryonic truth. And only when we do that can we truly be free to take the next step in our lives, to take the next action step. The thing you need to do is, again, to write down what are the 50 things, we talked about this back, what are the 50 things I want to do in the next 10 years? And then look at that list and prioritize it. Okay, this one definitely I want to do. You just brainstorm when you first do it. And these are the first things I want to accomplish, and does that feel right? And if it does, okay, then what I want to do is what's the first thing I'd have to do to make that happen? Don't look at limitations. Don't say, I don't have enough money to do it, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, because there's always, always, always some step in a step of faith that you can do. It doesn't have to cost you money. For example, let's say one of the things you want is a new car because the car you have has a lot of miles on it. Okay, great. Then go to a dealership and get the brochure on it and take a test drive in it. And you're saying, but that's not fair, then I'm going to get pressure from the salesman to buy that car. Car dealerships will hate me for saying this. No, they won't. They're just going to ask to see your license. They're going to have a guy take a ride with you in the car. See how it feels. Does it feel right? Test drive it. We talked about if you thought you wanted to be a certain type of career. Let's say you want to be a massage therapist. Okay? Fine. Find a relative, a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, a friend, and offer to give them a massage. See what it feels like to give someone a massage. Okay? They have to be a willing participant. Make sure you know that. And then ask them for feedback. Did that feel okay? Do you think I have natural talents in that? I want to learn how to do more. And then see yourself. How did it feel massaging someone? Could you see yourself doing that all day? Maybe after massaging a person for, their heads, their shoulders, their backs, and their legs, you get the feeling, God, my hands get sore doing this. Well, then you obviously don't want to be a massage therapist because you're going to do many people a day. Do you feel right touching other people? Maybe you don't. Maybe if you, had to massage someone that you thought was ugly or someone that was, smelly, would you be able to do that? Try to imagine yourself a day in the life. And as you do that, you're going to build what I call a kinesthetic, which means to experience. It means hands-on. There are ways for us to learn things. We can learn it by hearing things. I'm sure you've heard this in school, but you can learn by hearing. You could learn by watching someone else do it. Or you can do it by experiencing it. That's the kinesthetic experience. I'm a kinesthetic learner, and I'm also a visual learner. If I see someone do something, I usually can get onto it, and then when I put my hands to it, I can usually accomplish it. So, whatever your learning style is, you need to adapt that for yourself in your desires to tap into that embryonic truth. If reading books is something that's going to do that for you, great. Go to the library. Don't use the excuse, I can't afford to buy the books, Ron. Go to the library. If they don't have them, go online at the library and read an ebook version of it. If you have a Kindle or something, download it. There's ways around it. I don't have a Kindle or an iPad. Don't need those things. But you can download an e-version of something, or go to the library and read a book on it. You could sit in the library and read it there. There's no excuse not to take action in your life. And I've been trying to take action steps every single day. Yesterday I was meant to see some things. Some days you just know that there's something you need to do. And so I watched a bunch of people, and I got inspired from hearing what they had gone through and their perspective and their way of thinking and how positive it is through a hard situation. And I was meant to hear that. It was something I needed at the time to build up my street cred, to take those next steps for me. So I have some interviews lined up next week, tomorrow in fact, which is Monday, and I have another one on Thursday down in Washington, D.C. And, I'm just so excited and desirous of wanting to find a great position within a company that's going to be truly helping me to achieve my other goals. And I long for living in a new place, to experience it. And so I've been visualizing what it's going to be like in my new place where I live. That's going to lead me living to a place that I have in my goals, which I also visualize myself living in at a certain time period. And I visualize myself accomplishing all my goals, including being 220 pounds and muscular and fit. I visualize all of those goals very clearly and concisely in my life. And the reason I do that is because that is how your subconscious mind, the part that's part of the paradigm we talked about, has to see it in a positive. So you put pictures, you can take things you see on the internet. Some people have what they call a vision board. So if you're a visual person that truly gets into that, great. Cut out things or put them on your computer and make a little visual representation of where you're going to be, and then look at it often. But don't skip the writing of goals. There's something empowering about writing down what your goals are. Now, I don't have the best handwriting in the world, as anyone who knows me will tell you. In fact, my handwriting's pretty bad. But I try to write it as neatly as possible. I get a pen that's going to write as clear and crisp as possible so I can read it back to myself. And write those goals out for yourself. You have to keep a daily journal, a log of what you're doing, your progress, so you can back up and read those things back to yourself. Today I accomplished this. I see myself every day getting closer to this. Make sure it's always in a positive, not in a negative. So again, if you're new to visualization and to vibrational truth, remember we talked about we are all basically a cluster of, we're not solid, we're made up of individual components that vibrate, and that's what holds us together in energy, if you've studied quantum physics at all. And so in order to move that forward and propel it to where it needs to head to, you need to focus the vibrations on where you need to go. If you're a Christian, that's through prayer and reading God's Word and absorbing it. And, there's a wonderful wisdom in the Bible. If you're a Buddhist, there's several outlets. Buddha has a lot of good information on that. If you're a Muslim, the Quran is definitely a resource for you. If you're Jewish, then the Torah is excellent. Whatever you are, even if you're an atheist who believes in the machine, study the machine, how it works. If you know garbage in, garbage out, then stop putting garbage in. Focus on what you're programming your mind with, what information is going in there, so that what comes out is going to be the result you want. I know a lot of people who claim to be atheists or agnostics, and the one thing they will tell you is that, they don't believe in a God because of this or this or this or this, and they just don't see it. That's fine, and I'm not trying to convert you into something else. I'll just say this. Study the magic that's in the universe, okay? Study that there are laws of motion. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The law of perpetual motion. There's lots of laws that truly work in the universe, and they're not religious laws, but, they're there. So wherever your mindset is, I accept you and I love you. And I will tell you this, it works. And the only way it works is for you to try it. And it's not a 30-day money-back guarantee trial. I used to work in the call center game, and we sold cable modem service for a lot of cable companies. And there was always a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied. And there was always a call to action. Try it today. Let's talk about a call to action. A limited time offer. You'll hear those things on TV all the time. There's only so many left. If you watch QVC or Home Shopping Network, there's only 300 left. It's a call to action. It's a way for us to build up a need to dial in, to take action today. You need that urgency in your own life. How urgent is your immediate life? Not to get a crock pot, not to get a handbag or something that's bedazzled, but to get your life where you want it to be. You got to get a call to action every day. It could be prayer in the morning. It could be meditation. It could be focused. If you sit in silence and listen to your inner self, truly you'll connect with the divine, whatever it is in your life. If you don't believe in the divine, great. You connect with yourself, and you're propelling yourself to become the best you can be in this lifetime. I'm not going to judge anyone for your lifestyle, for where you are, for what you're doing in your life. That's entirely up to you. You are accountable for your own life. Now, if you are a Christian or Muslim or Jewish or any religion at all, you believe in, even the Buddhists believe in karma. And so you must put forth good things so good things return. But we're accountable for what we do with this life, even to ourselves. So I want you to think about that today. I've got a big day ahead of me. It's a Sunday. I have interviews lined up on Monday, phone interview and an in-person interview, and I'm looking forward to them. One of my former students from a long time ago, their husband passed away. Unfortunately, I can't go to their funeral because it's around the same time as a phone interview. But I wish them truly well. And there are times in our lives when we see people pass. We don't know when the day nor the hour will be, when our time is up. So we need to take the responsible action to account for our lives today. So I want to give you that food for thought for today. I know it's kind of a deep topic, but I wish you truly well on your journey. Be truly well every day. It's Ron Brown for your Being Truly Well Minutes. Have a great one.